Good morning students. Welcome to my YouTube channel Mulix Academy. So today's topic is lipoproteins. In this lecture we will discuss about what is the lipoprotein, what are the types of lipoprotein, and in our next lecture we will see the metabolism of lipoprotein. So let's start lipoprotein. See, as name suggests, lipo then protein. It means lipo means lipid and this is protein. So lipoproteins are the molecular complexes of lipids and protein. The complex of lipid and protein is called lipoprotein. Okay, and why this complex is formed in our body? Because we know very well that we can't transport lipid in our blood or plasma. So lipoproteins are the transport vehicle for lipids in blood plasma. By the help of lipoprotein, we can transport the lipids in our blood plasma. Okay, and what are the lipid component it deliver? It deliver the lipid components as cholesterol and triacylglycerol TAG, or we can say TG, triglyceride, etc. to various tissues. See, this is the structure of lipoprotein. In lipoprotein, there are two coats. This is surface coat. This is the surface coat. This is the surface coat, and inner one is hydrophobic lipid core. This is called lipid core. It means in the inner side there is lipid present. There lipids are present, like triglycerides are present, and then cholesterol bound to fatty acid, or we can say cholesterol ester are present. Cholesterol esters and TG are present in the hydrophobic lipid core, and this is the surface coat, and on the surface coat there is this is the protein, so protein present, then phospholipid. This is the structure of phospholipid. This is the head and this is the tail. So this is the structure of phospholipids. So phospholipids are present. Then free cholesterol. This is the free cholesterol. Cholesterol is present. That free cholesterol means this is unesterified cholesterol. So free cholesterol is present, phospholipids are present, and proteins are present in the surface coat. And this surface coat is amphipathic. Okay, and this lipid core is hydrophobic. So in hydrophobic lipid core, cholesterol esters and triglyceride present, and in amphipathic surface coat, cholesterol, phospholipids and apolipoproteins are present. So this is about the structure of lipoprotein. What is the proteins which is found in lipoprotein? These the proteins which is found in the lipoprotein are called apolipoprotein or apoprotein. Okay, so protein component of lipoproteins are apoprotein. What is the functions of these apolipoproteins? These apoproteins helps in recognition of cell surface receptor. Okay, cell की surface पर जो receptor है उसको recognize करने में these apoprotein help. Okay, and these apoprotein activates enzyme, and the enzyme which are involved in lipoprotein metabolism. Like the enzyme example, like the enzyme lipoprotein lipase. Lipoprotein lipase is an enzyme we will discuss in detail in the chylomicron metabolism. So lipoprotein lipase is activated by apo-C-second. Apo-C-second means apolipoprotein. So this protein, apolipoprotein or apo-C-second, activates lipoprotein lipase. So apoprotein activates enzyme. So these are the functions of apoprotein. There are many lipoproteins like chylomicron, then VLDL, very low density lipoprotein, then IDL, intermediate density lipoprotein, then LDL, then HDL, high density lipoprotein. So first we will discuss chylomicrons. It is synthesized in the intestine. Intestine means gut, GIT, gastrointestinal tract. So it transport exogenous tag. Exogenous means we are taking from the diet. So whatever lipids we are taking in the diet from the diet, it transport that TG, triacylglycerol or TG, to the various tissues. So the function of chylomicron is transportation of exogenous TG to various tissues. So it is synthesized in the intestine. Like this is the intestine. So first from the intestine, nascent chylomicron is formed. Nascent means nothing, newly synthesized chylomicron is called nascent chylomicron. Nascent chylomicron, then it will be converted to chylomicron. Then what are the difference between nascent chylomicron and chylomicron? See, in nascent chylomicron, there is a apoprotein that is B48. It contains ApoB48. Okay, and in chylomicron it will receive C second and E, apo C second and apo E from the SDL, and it will be converted to chylomicron. So it contains B48, then C second, then apo E. So chylomicron synthesized in the intestine. Function is transportation of exogenous TG to various tissue, and most important, it contains 99% lipid and 1% protein. So protein content is less, very less. So lipid content is more, so it's least in density. So density is least and size is largest. So in lipoproteins, largest size is chylomicron size and density is least. And it contains apoprotein B48, C second and E. Here we can see in the diagram, this is apo B48, then C second and then apo E. C third is also, but C second is more. So apoprotein is apo B48, C second and E. Cholesterol is at the core, and TG and cholesterol ester in the lipid core, and then phospholipid on the surface. So this is about the structure of chylomicrons. Now second is VLDL, or very low density lipoprotein. It is produced in liver and intestine. Chylomicron is produced only in intestine, but it is produced in liver and intestine both. So its function is transportation of endogenously synthesized TG. Chylomicron transport exogenous TG, and VLDL transport endogenous TG or endogenously synthesized TG. Apoproteins, it contain, chylomicron contain B48, VLDL contain apo B100, C second and C. Same from the lipid, VLDL will form, and that will be nascent VLDL. Nascent VLDL contain B100. Then from the SDL it will receive C second and then apo E, and it will convert it to VLDL. Okay, so this is about the VLDL. Lipid is 90% and protein is 10%. So protein components are increasing. Okay, this is apo E, this is C and B100. This is B100. This is the these are the apoprotein, then unesterified cholesterol, phospholipid and cholesterol ester TG in the lipid core, hydrophobic lipid core. So this is about the VLDL, or very low density lipoprotein. Then the next is LDL, or low density lipoprotein. Low density lipoprotein, LDL, is formed from VLDL in the blood circulation. Nascent VLDL is converted to VLDL, then VLDL will be converted to IDL, then IDL will be converted to LDL. IDL is what? IDL is intermediate density lipoprotein, and LDL is low density lipoprotein. Okay, so LDL is formed from VLDL in the blood circulation. It transports cholesterol from liver to other tissue. Okay, so it contains too much amount of cholesterol. So see, this is ApoB100. It contains only ApoB100. Okay, no C second and no E. This is cholesterol ester, unesterified cholesterol and phospholipid. So maximum content or total content is cholesterol. So that's why it is a bad cholesterol, because it carry the cholesterol and it deposits in other tissue. It transport cholesterol from liver to other tissue, so it will deposit it in other tissue. That's why cholesterol will be deposited in other tissue. That's why LDL is a bad cholesterol. Now the HDL or high density lipoprotein. Lipid is 60% and protein is 40%. Maximum content of protein is present in HDL. That's why density is high. So high density lipoprotein, it is synthesized in liver and it transport cholesterol from peripheral tissues to liver, and that is called reverse cholesterol transport. If liver to peripheral tissues transportation is function of LDL, and from peripheral tissues to liver function of HDL, and this is good. Like LDL deposits cholesterol in the peripheral tissue and HDL removes cholesterol from the peripheral tissue. That's why it is called good cholesterol. Okay, it contain apoprotein A1, C second and E. You can remember by this that it contain apoprotein A1 quality control. A1 quality of apoprotein. That's why it is a good cholesterol. Apo A1, Apo E, Apo C. So this is about the HDL is also a reservoir. Why reservoir? Because it supply the Apo C second and E to chylomicron. We have already discussed nascent chylomicron will be converted to chylomicron when it receives C second and E from the HDL. Then VLDL, nascent VLDL will be converted to VLDL when it receives the C second and E from the HDL. So HDL is the reservoir of apoprotein. It can reserve the apoproteins. So it's a good cholesterol because it is involved in reverse cholesterol transport. See, this is the table form which shows the characteristics of lipoprotein. Like chylomicron, synthesis is in intestine, we have already discussed. Function is transport exogenous dietary TZ to tissue. Composition 99% lipid and 1% protein. VLDL, synthesis is in liver and intestine both. Its function is transport endogenously synthesized TZ. 90% lipid and 10% protein. Then LDL, it is synthesized from VLDL in circulation and it transport cholesterol from liver to other tissue. So it will deposit in other tissue. That's why it's a bad cholesterol. %80 lipid and 20% protein. Now HDL called good cholesterol, synthesized in the liver and it transport cholesterol from peripheral tissues to liver. So it remove cholesterol from the peripheral tissue. That's why it's a good cholesterol. 60% lipid and 40% protein. So maximum content of protein is present in lipid. It present in HDL. Maximum amount of lipid is present in chylomicrons. So this is about the lipoproteins. Just introduction we have discussed. In our next lecture we will discuss the chylomicron and VLDL metabolism in detail. So keep watching. Thanks for watching. Happy learning.